create. A quote by Leonard Sweet. With this powerful thought, we welcome you all to today's event where we gather with a shared vision for a better world through Sustainable Development Goal 9. Industry, innovation and infrastructure in the transformative age of artificial intelligence. Together, let's explore how innovation can drive progress, how infrastructure can connect us, and how industry can evolve to create sustainable solutions for tomorrow. The path ahead is one we shape through our collective actions, and today marks an important step towards that brighter, smarter, and a more sustainable future. With these words, I, Harshada Patil, along with my co-host Christina Singh and Shrishti, welcome you all to this Manak Mahotsav centered around the theme, a shared vision for a better world through SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure in the age of artificial intelligence. Let's embark on this inspiring journey together. To officially commence today's Mahotsav, we would first like to welcome our distinguished dignitaries who will grace the occasion with their wisdom and insights. Please join me in welcoming our chief guests and dignitaries for the Mahotsav. We have the honor to have with us our today's chief guest, Vice Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai, Professor Dr. Dilip Uke, sir. May I request Sri Sanjay Goswami, sir, to welcome him. We also welcome Scientist G and Deputy Director General Western Region Sri Sanjay Goswami, sir, Scientist G and Head Mumbai Branch Office 1 Sri Satish Kumar, sir, Scientist F and Head Mumbai Branch Office 2 Sri Sanjay Vij, sir, on the dais. We are honored to have the presence of esteemed dignitaries, industry leaders, and all our distinguished stakeholders who share our vision of sustainable development through innovation and resilient infrastructure. Today, we come together to exchange ideas, knowledge, and experiences that will help pave the way towards a more sustainable future. Now, we would like to begin the day by lighting the ceremonial lamp. This represents knowledge, wisdom, and the enlightenment we seek through this Mahotsav. I kindly invite our distinguished guest on the dais to light the lamp and mark the official inauguration of the Manak Mahotsav. जैसे रोशनी होती है दीपक से, वैसे सभी में आप जोश भर दो। पावन किया कार्यक्रम को आपने, दीप जलाकर आगाज कर दो। The light. The lighted lamp inspires us all. The upward movement of the flame against gravity symbolizes a quest for knowledge and determination to rise above all challenges. Thank you to our dignitaries for the beautiful gesture, symbolizing the beginning of a day filled with ideas and shared knowledge. Next, to set a harmonious tone for today's proceedings, the talented students of the Standards Club of PM Shri Kendriya Vidyalaya Bhandup will now present the BIS Manak Geet. Let us warmly welcome them to the stage.
Yes.
Thank you to the students for this wonderful and inspiring performance. Now, it is my honor to invite the Deputy Director General, Western Region, Shri Sanjay Goswami Sir, to deliver the welcome address and share his thoughts on the theme of today's Mahotsav.
Thank you. Good morning, Honorable Professor Dr. Dilip Ukhe, Vice Chancellor of Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai, my senior colleagues Satish Kumarji and Sanjay Vij Saab, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pride and immense pleasure that I extend a heartfelt welcome to each of you at our celebration of World Standards Day. October 14th is not just a date. It marks a pivotal movement in history. On this day, we join together with members of International Organization for Standardization, International Electrotechnical Commission (IEC), and the International Telecommunication Union (ITU) to honor the dedicated efforts of technical experts around the world who work with a steadfast resolute to develop international standards that benefit us all. This year's theme resonates deeply with our commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly Goal 9, innovation, industry, innovation and infrastructure, and they have added in the age of AI. So this year's theme is industry, innovation and infrastructure in the age of AI. In an era marked by rapid technological advancement and global interconnectivity, the need for robust infrastructure and resilient industrial practices has never been more pressing. Goal 9 emphasizes the importance of building resilient infrastructure, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and fostering innovation. In 2015, the world made a historic commitment at the United Nations General Assembly with the adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals. With 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, at its core, the agenda aims to eradicate poverty, protect our planet, and ensure prosperity for everyone by 2030. It is our shared responsibility to support this mission, ensuring our industries are not only technologically advanced, but also environmentally and socially responsible. BIS is committed to the establishment of a robust quality ecosystem in the country. By formulating Indian standards, implementing them through conformity assessment schemes, and engaging in activities such as testing, training, consumer affairs, and promotional activities through its standard promotion clubs in various schools and colleges, awareness meetings, and stakeholders conclave. I am happy to share with you that we have formulated more than 10,000 standards clubs all over the country, with around 2,260 of these clubs being there in the western region. So these 10,000 standards clubs have enrolled 3 lakh students with them. For grassroots level governance, BIS has been conducting Gram Panchayat sensitization programs towards the objective of empowering local leaders with information and knowledge about quality standards and their significance in rural development. I am also proud to announce that in the western region, we have conducted such sensitization and training programs for Gram Panchayats by covering over 35,000 Gram Panchayats out of a total of around 48,000 Gram Panchayats in the western region. And shortly we will cover the rest of them also. We will also ensure that industries are competitive and responsible by developing and implementing sustainability-focused standards. The Bureau of Indian Standards is committed to creating guidelines that support renewable energy, sustainable materials, and effective waste management, fostering a circular economy. Innovation is essential for a sustainable future. The Bureau collaborates with industries and research institutions to encourage research and development, enabling businesses to adopt technologies that enhance efficiency and reduce environmental impacts. For this purpose, we have signed MOUs with more than 90 prestigious academic institutions all over the country. Now, infrastructure plays a crucial role in achieving sustainability. Our standards for construction materials and resource management promote resilient, eco-friendly projects that can withstand climate challenges. BIS has initiated several key projects under Sustainable Development Goal 9, focusing on industry, innovation, and infrastructure. These projects relate to standards on renewable energy, construction materials, smart manufacturing, water management, waste management, e-mobility, capacity building, and collaborations. Artificial intelligence is no longer confined to the realm of fiction. It has become a vital component of our daily reality. From optimizing manufacturing processes and enhancing transportation systems to revolutionizing healthcare, artificial intelligence is now pervasive across various sectors. As this technology continues to evolve and integrate into our lives, we must ask, what exactly is AI? And why is the establishment of international standards crucial in this context? In today's rapidly changing technological landscape, the significance of standards is more pronounced than ever. The Bureau of Indian Standards has recognized this need, formulating guidelines across a wide range of areas, including software development, cyber security, data protection, blockchain, and artificial intelligence. Now, trust plays a pivotal role, particularly in sectors such as cloud computing, data management, and cyber security. Standards ensure that systems operate reliably, fostering user confidence. As we navigate this digital age, where AI's role is increasingly prominent, cultivating an environment of trust becomes essential for promoting innovation that is both sustainable and responsible. Now we have an Artificial Intelligence Sectional Committee, LITD 30, under the Electronics and Telecommunications Department of BS, and this committee is dedicated to the field of artificial intelligence. And this also coordinates with the subcommittee ISOIC JTC1 SC42. Now this is JTC1 is the Joint Technical Committee of International Organization for Standardization and International Electrotechnical Commission. Now JTC1 main subject is information technology, and this subcommittee 42 is dedicated to standardization in the field of artificial intelligence. LITD 30 committee has published 22 standards that address various critical aspects of artificial intelligence and its associated technologies. These standards encompass foundational concepts of big data, including the framework, application processes, and architectural considerations. By establishing clear guidelines in these areas, we aim to ensure that organizations can effectively harness the power of big data in conjunction with AI technologies. Additionally, this committee has developed standards that clarify the terminology and fundamental concepts of artificial intelligence itself. This is crucial for fostering a common understanding across industries and facilitating communication among stakeholders. Furthermore, the committee provides guidance on risk management specifically tailored to artificial intelligence applications, helping organizations identify and mitigate potential challenges while maximizing the benefits of AI technologies. The committee has also published a standard, which is the framework for artificial intelligence AI systems using machine learning. Now, this provides a framework for utilizing machine learning algorithms, which are at the heart of many AI systems. This framework not only outlines best practices, but also emphasizes the importance of trustworthiness in AI solutions. By addressing the assessment of the robustness of neural networks, we ensure that these systems can operate reliably and securely in real-world applications. Moreover, the suite of standards covers a range of pertinent topics such as AI use cases, ethical and societal concerns, and computational approaches for AI systems. This holistic approach ensures that we consider not only the technical aspects of AI, but also the broader implications of its deployment in society. A significant aspect of the work involves the development of a process management framework for big data analytics, along with systems and software quality requirements and evaluation. It's called as SQUARE, which serves as a quality evaluation model for AI systems. These frameworks provide organizations with structured methodologies to assess and improve the quality and reliability of their AI implementations. In addition, we also have a management system standard, which is the ISO IC 42001, which is titled Information Technology, Artificial Intelligence Management Systems, AIMS, AIMS. Now, this standard provides a comprehensive set of requirements for organizations to establish, implement, maintain, and continually improve their AI systems. It addresses the unique challenges that AI presents, such as ethical considerations and transparency, enabling organizations to manage the associated risks while harnessing opportunities. This standard is instrumental in guiding organizations towards responsible AI practices, ensuring that they can navigate the complexities of AI development while adhering to established benchmarks of excellence. Furthermore, we are addressing the entire life cycle of AI systems, including functional safety and the data life cycle framework for AI. This comprehensive approach is critical for ensuring that AI technologies are developed and deployed responsibly with a focus on sustainability and ethical considerations. I would like to take this opportunity to commend the intellectual foresight of those who have embraced the need for these standards. Their proactive efforts in building a robust framework for the responsible use of AI systems will undoubtedly pave the way for a more sustainable and ethical technological future. Together, we are crafting a roadmap that not only advances innovation, but also prioritizes the values and principles that underpin our society. I want to share some specific AI initiatives that Bureau of Indian Standards has implemented to enhance our operations and standardization processes. At BIS, we have developed AI-powered chatbots to provide instant assistance to stakeholders regarding standards and compliance, improving accessibility and response times. Our use of AI-driven data analytics allows us to analyze industry trends and consumer preferences, enabling informed decision-making in standard development. We have automated document management, making it easier to work revisions, making it easier to track revisions and approvals through our BIS online portal. AI-based quality assessment tools ensure real-time compliance, helping us maintain high product standards. Through predictive compliance monitoring, we can proactively address potential issues before they escalate. Our digital platforms foster better engagement with stakeholders, while AI-enabled training programs offer personalized learning experiences for industry professionals. In line with Industry 4.0, we are exploring AI applications to support smart manufacturing, and we collaborate with academic institutions and technological companies to foster innovation in standardization. Finally, AI tools help us analyze consumer feedback, identifying areas for improvement in our standards. World Standards Day 2024 highlights the crucial role of standards in advancing technology, especially in artificial intelligence, As we embrace AI's potential, we must establish strong standards to ensure safety, trust, and ethical practices. In conclusion, with this year's theme, let's embrace our shared vision for a better world through collaboration, innovation, and sustainable practices. The challenges we face are significant, but through effective standards and regulations, we can create a future that prioritizes both economic growth and environmental stewardship. Thank you all for being here today and for your commitment to building a better world together. Let us commit to working together across sectors, industries, and communities to drive the transformation needed to realize the goals of SDG 9 and build a resilient and sustainable future for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and motivating words. We are confident that today's discussions will contribute greatly to our shared goals of sustainable industry, innovation, and infrastructure development. Every year, the CEOs of the three international standard bodies jointly release the theme message for the Manak Mahotsav. To share the message of World Standards Day, I now invite Scientist G and Head, Mumbai Branch Office 1, Shri Satish Kumar, sir.
Honorable Professor Dr. Dilip Ukhe ji, Shri Sanjay Goswami ji, Shri Sanjay Vij ji, and honorable delegates. As Shri Sanjay Goswami ji, DDGW, had pointed out, that these SDGs were planned in 2015 with the target to achieve them by 2030 by the UN. And I would just like to share with you all that India is very well poised to achieve these goals. Out of these 17 goals in many areas, maybe you might not have thought of that the different programs of our government for the last 10 years almost, like sanitation for all, housing for all, electricity for all, they are all part of these SDGs. And present we are in a very good position to achieve these goals, as far as considering from point of view that India is still being considered as a developing country. So the theme of the year, you will see that shared vision for a better world. This is a general theme, I'll say, which was adopted by ISO, IEC and ITU after the pandemic. So you will see last 3-4 years the same theme is coming up, but with the emphasis on a particular SDG. So this year the main emphasis is on SDG 9, that is Sustainable Development Goal 9, which reads as industry, innovation and infrastructure, and with the added input of in the age of artificial intelligence, which has been given by ISO, IEC and ITU. So now, right now, ISO is headed by Mr. Sung Wancho, and IEC headed by President Joe Cobbs, and ITU is headed by Director C. One. So I will be just reading the message received from them, which is a general practice. So before I read, let me also remind you all one more thing, that this ISO body was, this first meeting for this was held in 1946 on 14th October. And India was a founding member of that organization which thought of establishing this ISO. So only 20 countries had met at that point of time, and India was one of the founding members. So the message I received from them, I'll just read that each year on 14th October, the members of IEC, ISO and ITU celebrate World Standards Day, which is a means of paying tribute to the collaborative efforts of thousands of experts worldwide who develop the voluntary technical agreements that are published as international standard. World Standard Day is about our shared vision for a better world. As I told, the theme in this message for this world is an emphasis on industry, innovation, and infrastructure in the age of artificial intelligence. So, the Sustainable Development Goals, which project to address social imbalances, develop a sustainable economy, and slow the rate of climate change, are highly ambitious. To reach them will require the cooperation of many public and private partners and use of all available tools, including international standards and conformity assessment. The intense battle against a persistent global pandemic revealed the absolute necessity of addressing the SDGs in an inclusive way to strengthen our societies, making them more resilient and more equitable. Today, we are asking you to join us on a mission that affirms the importance of the SDGs to build back better world. In this pursuit, standards are more relevant than ever. The entire standard system is built on collaboration. It is testament to the power of cooperation and the belief that we are stronger than the sum of our parts. By working together, we are empowering people with real world solutions to face sustainability challenges head on. It is in this spirit that we are engaging in a multi-year World Standard Day journey that showcases the many ways in which international standards contribute to the success of the SDGs. We stand united to work together to accelerate the 2030 agenda with standards for SDGs and our shared vision for a better world. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your powerful message. Your words reinforce the vital role that standards play in shaping a sustainable and innovative world. I take the honor to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. Dilip Uke, sir. He completed his LLM in 1991 from the Postgraduate Department of Law at Nagpur University. He was awarded the prestigious Junior Research Fellowship by the University Grants Commission, making him the first and only candidate from the university to receive this honor. His research focused on constitutional law, jurisprudence, and human rights. Recognized for his academic excellence, he was named Scholar of the Year by Nes Wadia College of Commerce. Professor Uke's work reflects a deep commitment to social justice, particularly advocating to the rights of marginalized groups, including women and children. Known for his unique combination of academic expertise and administrative skills, he joined Pune University's Department of Law as professor in 2003. His leadership qualities were further recognized when he was appointed as the head of the department in 2004. He has more than 33 publications, 4 published books. He has more than 45 nominations and memberships and has supervised more than 130 PhD theses and dissertations. Driven by a vision for transformative change, Professor Uke continues to strive for meaningful reforms in academic administration and legal education, with a focus on making education more accessible and beneficial to society. May I request, sir, to enlighten us with his wisdom and kind words.
Shri Sanjay Ji Goswami, Shri Sanjay Ji Veed, Shri Satish Kumar Ji, other officials, officers, delegates, employees, dear students who have sung a beautiful song, ladies and gentlemen, a very happy and good morning to all of you. At the outset, I wish you all a very happy World Standards Day. Also express my sincere thanks to the organizers for inviting me, giving me this opportunity on this novel, prestigious day to share a few thoughts with you, to spend some valuable moments with you and interact with you. When we are celebrating World Standards Day, here in India, the journey of setting those standards, evolving those standards and setting those standards, which was started before the independence from the year 1946, from ISI to now BIS. Either the products or the goods or the services for which standards are being evolved, standards are being set, standards are being laid down. Earlier, the principle was that buyer be aware. In a market, when you go to buy something or hire some service, the principle which was applicable that buyer must be aware about the products, about the goods. However, with the enactment of the Consumer Protection Act, that principle of buyer be aware was replaced and substituted with consumer is a king of the market. When we talk about consumer as a king and the transition from buyer be aware to the consumer as a king of the market, wherein the lies the significance, importance and utility of those standards. What are the standards which are to be adhered to whenever any product, any good is to be manufactured and floated into the market? Whatever the services which are to be offered in a society to people. That's why when we look at the journey, when we look at the history, in England, way back in the year 1932, the landmark decision was delivered then by the House of Lords, the then highest court of the England then, that if by virtue of, by use of your product, a consumer is affected, not in the city, not in the vicinity, anywhere else, yet despite of that, the relationship between the two was constituted, was held, and that was known as neighbor's principle. As if he is your neighbor, consumer is your neighbor, and that's why the manufacturer was to be held liable for that. Because the standard of care, there are the standards to take care when you produce, when you manufacture. If those standards are not met and the damage is caused to the consumer, whether directly or indirectly, whether to the person who has bought or the person who has used, because that was also contended that there is no relationship, there is no contractual relationship between the manufacturer and the end user. That was outrightly rejected by the court. It clearly signifies, it clearly shows that how the standards are necessary. Shri Goswamiji has outlined the various aspects of standardization. Moreover, in the cyber age now, with the evolution of artificial intelligence, the goods and services and the various sectors, be it energy sector, be it health sector, or whichever the sectors are there, they are being affected as well as benefited. Yes, at the same time, there are the pros and cons of both. When we talk about the sustainable development, when you talk about the development of the society, no doubt the science and technological developments are there. India is marching ahead in cyber, in IT, now in semiconductor, now in artificial intelligence. But at the same time, development doesn't mean, that's what rather, I still remember the word which has been used as development has to be inclusive. Development has to be sustainable. What does it mean? What is meant by that development has to be inclusive first and foremost? That each and every segment, strata of the society must be the part and parcel of that development process. That is one. Secondly, that another reference was made about the gram panchayats, 35,000 gram panchayats which have been covered. The digital divide which is there, we talk about the digital society today, digital empowerment today. However, at the same time, that digital divide which is there, how to bridge that divide, how to bridge those gaps. Standards are on one hand, and the access, affordability, and then the utility of it on the other hand. Therefore, what is needed at the same time while setting those standards, while evolving those standards, not only in terms of the goods, not only in terms of products, not only in terms of services, but at the same time, I would appeal, could there be some standards for governance? Could there be some standards for administration? Be it the governance by the government, be it the governance by the local bodies, be it the governance by the even judiciary, or judicial governance. We need those standards today, because when you talk about development, development doesn't mean only infrastructural one, merely constructing bridges, flyovers, roads, railways. That is not the development. That is not the sustainable development. That is not the inclusivity of the development. Development is the more larger, wider, broader concept, wherein along with the infrastructural, technological, industrial development, what we need today is even the good governance, good administration, good execution, good adjudication. Because you have constructed, you have created, you have adhered to all those standards. But suppose there is a delay to reap the fruits, to use, to utilize. As we say, delay defeats justice. Then what is the use of those standards? Wherein, that's what I said, suppose a case is filed, being a law person, I must share this. A case is filed, and that's what the general perception is. Case is filed by a person. Sometimes it may happen, not only he, not only his son, his grandson may get the decision, may get the order, may get the justice. Could there be some standards for this? That's what I have said. That standards are needed, no doubt, but standards are needed not only for goods, not only for products, not only for services, even these services are to be covered. There shall be a good governance, there shall be a good administration, there shall be the good adjudication. Of course, now by way of mediation, by way of arbitration, the alternate dispute resolution mechanisms are coming up. Even the Consumer Protection Act itself has been amended and mediation has been made compulsory. That is one side, this is one facet, this is one aspect. Even in educational institutions, those parameters, those standards are needed. Could there be a good academic standards? How to measure? What shall be those standards? When you talk about the global standards, why the Indian universities are lagging behind, including even IITs, including even IIMs, where we are lagging behind, what do we lack, what do we need, what we shall do, how many Nobel Prizes Indians receive. In whichever sector, in whichever field, in whichever domain, why Indians are not there? It is a matter of introspection. It is a matter of great introspection. What are those standards? Where we are lacking? Are we not capable? Once upon a time, Nalanda, Takshashila, they were known as world education centers. Because education is the key. It is the education which provides us the opportunity, platform, inculcates the capacity to reach to this stage wherever we are, respectively. That's why this standardization, when we are celebrating World Standards Day, it is a matter of a great introspection for us. Dear friends, I am maybe an odd person amongst all, nor I had an occasion or opportunity to read, to go through much because of my work or whatever you say. I have some different opinions about standardization and standards. First part, what I wanted to say, I have said it. Of course, there are many things to say. Other parties, dear friends, we are talking about innovation, inventions, innovation, development based on standards, to meet those standards. We are talking about a Vikasit Bharat. You have celebrated Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. You are talking about Amrit Kal, is it? For that, either for Vikasit Bharat or for Amrit Kal, standards are needed, standards are required. As a human being, not in my capacity as a Vice Chancellor, as a human being first, and then as a citizen of this liberal, quote unquote, liberal, civilized, democratic society. I use the three terms. Liberal, civilized, democratic society. What are the standards of humanity? What shall be the standard of human life? Only food, shelter, clothing, are they enough? Now education, is it enough? Only advancement in science, technology is enough? We are gaining by way of invention, by way of innovation. We are gaining, we are getting, and we do have so much knowledge of science. Because of invention, because of innovation, research, we are getting that knowledge. We have so much knowledge of science. What about science of knowledge? What about science of knowledge? It might sound confusing when I say science of knowledge. We talk about sustainable development. What is a sustainable humanity? When Bharat will be Vikasit, when we will be able to test that Amrit elixir, Are we not divided by way of region, religion, caste, creed, gender, sex, so on and so forth? When we are going to transform, when we are going to change, what are the standards of humanity? All are human beings. Why this divide? We talk about digital divide. What about human divide? Human divide based on religion, human divide based on region, caste, gender, sex, culture, so on and so forth. That's what I said. We take so much pride, and we must. Being an Indian, our heritage, rich culture, we must have. Where is that civility? Are we really civilized? When we take a stock around us, take a glance around us, why the violence? Why the discriminations based on these grounds? Who is going to change? Who is going to transform? Laws are there, judiciary is there, constitution is there, administration is there. Whose duty it is? What are those standards which are to be adhered to by each and every individual human being? And that's why when you talk about World Standards Day and celebrate World Standards Day, it is a matter of great introspection for us. Can we set standards for ourselves, each one of us? I will respect the dignity of all others. I will not indulge in any kind of inequalities, in any kind of discrimination. Forget about indulging. I won't even think of other person belongs to which religion, which caste, which region, this and that. Bharat will be vikasit only then. Amrit Kal will come only then. We'll be able to taste that Amrit, will be able to taste that elixir only then when we set those standards of humanity. See, if it is a female fetus, we throw out. Why? Why? Because it is a girl child. Are we really educated? Is it not a killing? Is it not inhuman? Is it not barbaric? Animals are better. They won't do this. Humans do. Are we really worthy to call ourselves as a human being? Dowry deaths, not in a lower strata, not in a poor people, in the well-educated class. You must have watched, some of you must have watched Amir Khan's Satyameva Jayate program, which used to be aired. Doctor, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, husband, father-in-law, all were doctors. In one of the episodes I happened to watch. Yet, since she gave birth to girl child, mother-in-law kicked that girl child, which was kept in a pram from a 5th or 6th floor. Where is that humanity? Where is that civility? Where is that nobility? Are we going to be developed like this? That's what infrastructural development in science and technology. You may have AI, artificial intelligence. Where is that natural intelligence which is needed? Unless development is based upon ethical considerations, moral considerations, till then it can't sustain. Sustainable development, what is needed is those moral ethical considerations, humanitarian considerations. Then only it would be based on inclusivity, not rural and urban, not poor and rich. Color of blood of everybody is only one. Skin color might be different, yet we discriminate, we divide, and that's why if you want to really grow, if you really want to develop this nation, develop this society, to feel proud of this great Indian society to say liberal, civilized, democratic society. We need to set those standards for ourselves. As I said, that it might sound an upbeat one, no doubt, I do know. Yet, to my mind, it is essential, not only necessary. With this, I conclude. I wish you all the best to set those standards on this auspicious Pious Day, and thank the organizers for inviting me and giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for such an enlightening and thought-provoking speech. Your vision and expertise have not only enlightened us, but also motivated us to take meaningful action in our own spheres. We now come to a very special part of today's event, the felicitation of our esteemed stakeholders. Our stakeholders have played an essential role in helping us achieve our goals, and today we celebrate their contributions and commitment and vision. It is with deep appreciation that we honor their involvement in shaping the path forward, fostering growth, and ensuring the sustainability of our initiatives. Without further ado, let us begin the felicitation ceremony to express our heartfelt gratitude to the ones who have made a lasting impact. Let's now proceed with the honors. We are delighted to invite on stage these firms as we pay tribute to their unwavering commitment to quality and excellence and celebrate their remarkable achievement as an All India First License holder on this World Standards Day 2024, marking a significant milestone in their journey towards quality excellence. Now, I would like to invite Bird Meditech on the stage. I would request our dignitaries to kindly honor them. Bird Meditech. They have been granted the All India First License for the product Medical Electrical Equipment Part 2, particular requirements for the basic safety and essential performance section 21, infant radiant warmer as per IS 13450 Part 2, section 21, 2023. Our next name is Mangal Polysacks Private Limited. They have been granted the All India First License for the product Agro Textiles Laminated Woven Orchid Protection Covers as per IS 17731-2021. It is used to shield fruit trees and orchids from a variety of weather elements including frost, wind and pests. Mangal Polysacks Private Limited. I think they are not present. So the next name is Thea Text Healthcare India Private Limited. Thea Text Healthcare India Private Limited. They have been granted the All India First License for the product Medical Textiles Shoe Covers as per IS 17349-2020. These shoe covers can be disposable and reusable and is intended to be used for medical purpose during various procedures to protect patients' materials from the transfer of microorganisms, particulates and contaminants, etc. And the next name is Aarti Drugs Limited. Aarti Drugs Limited. They have been granted the All India First License for the product Salicylic Acid Technical as per IS 7559-1992. Salicylic acid is used as a preservative and in the manufacture of dyes and fumes. It is also used in preventing procuring in rubber compounds as an organic intermediate. The next name is Epco Text Industries Limited. Epco Text Industries Limited. They have been granted the All India First license for the products styrene butadiene rubber latex specification part 1 non-carboxylated as per IS 11356 part 1 2023. Next, I would like to call Venus Safety and Health Private Limited. They have been granted the All India First license for the product textiles medical respirator as per IS 18266 2023. POSCO Maharashtra Steel Private Limited. They have been granted the All India First license for the hot dip galvanized galvannealed steel sheet and strips for automotive application as per IS 18385 2023. Our next name is Shri Pushkar Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited. Shri Pushkar Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited. They have been granted the All India First license for the vinyl sulfone as per IS 18340 2023, and they have also been granted the All India First license for the H acid as per IS 8637 2020. We extend our sincerest appreciation for your dedicated effort as a resource person and mentor of Standard Club. We extend our sincerest appreciation for your dedicated effort as a resource person and mentor of Standard Club. Your commitment to fostering a culture of quality and strengthening the quality ecosystem in our country has been instrumental in our progress. We honor you for your significant contributions and partnership in this vital journey. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Kavita S. Suri on the stage. She has been helping as a mentor for the Standards Club at Srimati Gokali Bai PP High School, Mumbai. The next name is Shri Moheshwar Madhukar Vahurvak. Shri Moheshwar Madhukar Vahurvak. Next name is Mrs. Milesh Paliwal. She has been helping as a mentor for the Standards Club at PM Shri Kendra Vidyalaya Bhandup, Mumbai. On behalf of her, I would like to call Ms. Manisha Channe ji. Next name is Shri Sanjay J. Marathe. Shri Sanjay J. Marathe. He has been helping as a mentor for the Standards Club at Seva Sadan High School for Girls, Mumbai. I would like to call Dr. Surbhi. She has been helping as a mentor for Standards Club at Pillai College of Engineering and helping to create a pool of volunteers for door-to-door campaigning and club activities. I would now invite Mr. Pramod Balakrishna Kale, who is Deputy CEO, Gram Panchayat, Jila Parishad, Thane. Moving to the next, Navketan Gaikwad from Venus Safety and Health Private Limited. We highly appreciate his invaluable support in assisting BIS with conducting exposure visits at his industry. Recently, he even facilitated 3 exposure visits in a single day at his industry, greatly contributing to the students' practical learning experience. Next name is Jagdish Krishna Educational Society, Bhivandi, which is a NGO. Jagdish Krishna Educational Society, Bhivandi. He has assisted BIS in promoting awareness through consumer awareness programs, resident welfare association, as well as Standards Club activities. Sugandha Vijay Jha. As a dedicated resource person, she has been instrumental in supporting BIS through various initiatives, including Standard Club activities, Resident Welfare Association programs, and conducting Gram Panchayat sensitization program. We will now call Ms. Krishna Manoj Agrawal. She is a dedicated resource person. She has been instrumental in supporting BIS through various initiatives. We are honored to felicitate unwavering commitment and partnership in promoting a culture of quality and building a vibrant quality ecosystem in our country. As a valued industry associate in BIS activities, your contributions have played a crucial role in our shared mission for this. I would like to call upon our next awardees and will start with Bisleri International Private Limited. Bakelite Electricals Manufacturing Company Private Limited. Bakelite Electricals Manufacturing Company Private Limited. Okay, moving to the next. Satyasai Pressure Vessels Private Limited. The next name is Godrej and Boys Manufacturing Company Limited. Godrej and Boys Manufacturing Company Limited. Today, we are proud to felicitate the region's first license in the anti-bribery management system as per ISO 37001-2016, Indian Port Rail and Ropeway Corporation Limited. Your pioneering efforts in implementing this crucial standard demonstrate an unwavering commitment to integrity and transparency in business practices. We are privileged to felicitate India Government Mint Mumbai. India Government Mint Mumbai for proudly holding the Integrated Management System license, which integrates quality management system, environment management system, and occupational health and safety management system. We sincerely thank the hallmarking centers for their committed partnership in promoting the hallmarking culture and building the hallmarking ecosystem of our country by contribution significantly in the number of articles hallmarked. May I call now Bombay SA Company Unit 2. The next name is Quality SA and Hallmarks LLP. Our next nominee is Variety Hallmark. The next name is Akshardham Hallmarking Center. NCH Services Private Limited. NCH Services Private Limited. Next, I would like to call VG Gold Assaying and Hallmarking Center. We are especially proud to honor our first in region license in the Western region, whose commitment and excellence have set a benchmark for others to follow. We invite you to the stage for a heartfelt felicitation as we recognize your pivotal role in advancing our shared vision of quality. Please welcome Eskin Hygiene Products Private Limited. They are engaged in manufacturing and supplying an extensive range of sanitary products. The next name is Virtuoso Optoelectronics Limited. Virtuoso Optoelectronics Limited. Okay. We are delighted to announce the result of the BIS Mubo 2 reel making competition held on 9th October 2024 with saw enthusiastic participation from over 10 engineering colleges across the Thane and Raigad districts. It was truly inspiring to witness such creativity and innovation from all the participants. Let's give them a big round of applause as they come on stage. First place goes to Amity University, Panvel. They have also been awarded 10,000 rupees cash prize that will be transferred to their account. Second place is awarded to New Horizon College of Engineering. New Horizon College of Engineering. They have been awarded with 5,000 rupees cash prize that will be transferred to their account. Third place goes to Pillai College of Engineering. Third place goes to Pillai College of Engineering. They have been awarded with 3,000 rupees cash prize that will be transferred to their account. To express a token of appreciation for the students of PM Kendriya Vidyalaya Bhandup who sang the Manak Geet at an event, I would request our dignitaries to present them with personalized gift bags. Students from PM Kendriya Vidyalaya Bhandup.
Thank you to all the awardees whose unwavering support, collaboration, and trust have been pivotal in our success. I now request Sri Sanjay Goswami sir to extend a small token of gratitude to our honorable chief guest. I now kindly request our respected dignitaries to kindly occupy the front row seats for the upcoming technical sessions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. We now move to the heart of today's event. Heart of today's event, the technical sessions. These sessions will be taken by representatives from 3 different industries along with BIS and will show their alignment with Sustainable Development Goal 9 in the age of AI, which centers on industry, innovation and infrastructure. I would like to invite Shri Kapil Modi, Executive Plant Head, Tata Steel, Raigarh, and please I request Alok sir to welcome him. I would like to invite Shri Ravindra Venkat Shinde, the Executive Director of Venus Safety and Health Private Limited, and Alok sir will please welcome him. I would like to invite Scientist E and Head, Western Regional Laboratory, Shri Manikandan K sir. He will be joining us shortly. And Mr. Jignesh Sharda, Senior Vice President, QA Sustainability and Business Excellence, CEAT Limited. He is Manikandan sir, Scientist E and Head, Western Regional Laboratory. Thank you, sir. Our fourth speaker, Shri Jignesh Sharda, Senior Vice President, QA Sustainability and Business Excellence, CEAT Limited, Mumbai. He will be joining us shortly. In our first technical session, it is my honor to introduce Mr. Kapil Modi, the Executive Plant Head of Tata Steel Limited, Raigarh. He is a visionary leader with an impressive 28 years of experience in the steel industry, holding a BTech in electronics. He has been at the forefront of driving business transformation at Tata Steel, spearheading key initiatives in industry, innovation, and infrastructure. His work is closely aligned with Sustainable Development Goal 9 as he strives to enhance industrial processes and infrastructure development by leveraging artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. A passionate advocate for seeing India emerge as a developed nation, Mr. Modi's leadership has been instrumental in transforming operations and advancing sustainability within the steel industry.
Thank you. Good morning to all. Good afternoon, I think. So it's my privilege and I feel honored to be here. And thanks for the organizing committee having invited me here to speak on standards, quality, innovation, and technology part. I have kept my presentation in 3 parts. First part, briefly I'll touch upon my company and the unit I work with. Second, I'll speak about how I have seen from my childhood about quality and standards. And third, few small stories, how things shape in the area of industry or quality or standards. So I come from Tata Steel, which is a multinational company. In India, we are present across various states. Originally, we started in Jamshedpur, but now we are spread across various countries. We are part of Tata Steel Meramandli, which was erstwhile taken over, erstwhile Bhushan Steel, and we have a downstream at Khopoli. Just a snapshot where we are operate. So originally Jamshedpur, now we are majorly in Odisha. We have a unit in Khopoli, we also have a unit in Tarapur, we have a unit in Hosur, Saibabad. The Khopoli unit was started in 2003 by Bhushan Steel and was acquired by Tata Steel in 2018 and merged with Tata Steel in 2021. We have two cold rolling mill complex for steel. We have one tube unit and one large dia pipe at Khopoli. This gives a snapshot of what all products we make and what are their some of the end applications. These are the various standards which apply to these products. And I would like to thank BIS for helping us across our journey in not only adding the standards, but improving the standards, changing scope the standards. And surprisingly, every time they have been very, very fast. They have been surprising us with their speed and agility. Now coming to how I have been seeing quality over time. I come from a small place in Jharkhand, where in my childhood time I never used to see anything of branded product or any kind of marketing advertisements. So when I was child, around 7-8 years old, quality meant 2-3 names, Tata, Birlas. So if I ask something special from my parents, they would say, you want to be Tata, Birlas. I have a small, my family owns a small shop. I used to sit in the shop, and whenever we had to sell at higher price, we used to say they are Agmarka or they are ISI brand. The people would easily pay you a little bit more. That time I realized standards have value. But when I became engineer, joined Tata Steel, and I got opportunity to visit some of the countries, I realized made in India is not yet world standard. Whereas products made in Japan, made in US, made in Hong Kong, made in Germany, these were called world standard products. When I visited Japan, when I read the book called Made in Japan by Akio Morita, I realized why they are world class. And at that time, we were putting up a plant at Jamshedpur Cold Rolling Mill Complex, and I was one of the fortunate one to negotiate with various kinds of suppliers, BITG, Siemens, ABB, Hitachi, IHI, and many Indian suppliers. And during execution, again we realized why we were not number one, why we were not world class. We were not having real standards. But dream for many of us is this, that we will have most of our product made in India, but number one in the world. This is where we need to aspire for. Lots of opportunities lies ahead us. I think we are at the right juncture to develop sustainably. Unfortunately, we are into the industry 4.0, where we are equipped with the capability to harness the benefits of new technology the best. We have young human resource. We Indians now are ready to pay for quality. I think many in this room must be carrying iPhone. We value the quality. I'm sure many of us would like to ride metros over the local. We are ready to pay this for services. And the drive from the government, Viksit Bharat @2047. There are a few stories I would like to share from my experience. Before I go to the next slide, I am reminded of a story where late J.N. Tata wrote a letter to his son in the year 1902. He wrote how a city should look like. He said the city should have wide roads, there should be trees planted beside the streets, there should be enough space provided for the playgrounds, you should keep provisions for temples, gurdwara, church and mosque. You go, if any one of us ever visited Jamshedpur, it's the replica of his letter. But that was written in 1902, and that's how standards are made. So he wrote the standard for the city, and the team made the city as per standard. Now I'll touch upon 2-3 small stories, how either standards shape the product or sometime the product or innovation will shape the standard. I'm sure many of you know some of these brands already. These are the brands who deliver values possibly exceeding the requirement of the standards. And collectively, if all of us can start delivering the products or brands which deliver values much better than the standards, the standard committee will be forced to lift the standard. On one hand, the standards are made for all those to comply. On the other hand, the innovators and the leaders produce brand which will force the standard committees to raise the bar. We talked about AI, use of technology. We make tubes for boilers. These boiler tubes are highly regulated and are required to deliver the performance in application, or else there are very serious safety hazards. But there had been chances of counterfeit tubes getting into the boilers. And we wanted to eliminate the chances of any kind of counterfeit into supply of boiler tubes. So we came up with the use of blockchain, and through that blockchain, we ensured that the TC certificate from our product or our brand is issued only to the tube we produce for the purpose and only to the quantity we produce for the product, especially for the circuit which are sold through distributors and retailers. When we sell it directly to the customer, it's 100% insured, but when we sell it through distributors and retailers, that was not easy, because that time people used to copy the TC, photocopy the TC. Second example is use of AI ML, remote monitoring, video analytics. We have a pipe plant where we manufacture pipes for oil and gas sector. They are guided by API standards. In the API standards, the client has to put their team across the manufacturing chain. So from the product raw material receiving to raw material testing to the product manufacturing, every stage they need to be physically present and validate both product and the process and the testing. It's a very cumbersome job. It's a cost and the resource allocation by the customer as well as by us, and it impacts productivity. I think all of us know a difference between developing and a developed country. In addition to the quality, it's the productivity. We as a nation need to be more productive in each stage and every aspect of our life. So this particular initiative which we are into, not yet completed, we expect to harness the benefit of technology, not only provide 100% authenticated process testing and the reports and documentation, but also improve the productivity multifold. We will enable our client to observe and authenticate everything sitting at his home. Another is creativity. I think chief guest today talked about humanity. how do we create standard for the creativity and innovations. These are some of the iconic structures we have built using our own product across. 5 of them are built by us, 1 is built by our customer. So these are the creative use of steel in a very creative way. One of them, Charkha, which is in the leftmost corner, bottom corner, is in Mumbai. Top 2 are in Jamshedpur, 1 is in Ranchi and 1 is in Bhubaneswar. The dome you see, which is more than hemisphere, is in Calcutta. With this, I would like to end my talk with a hope and belief that the standards will continue to lift our quality standards. And of course, we'll continue to innovate, and technology will help us achieve our dream of developed India in 2047. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and engaging presentation. Your vision of how AI can drive industry, innovation, and infrastructure towards a sustainable future has given us a lot to think about. I request Sri Sanjay Vij sir to welcome our speaker, Sri Dignesh Sharda, Senior Vice President, QA Sustainability and Business Excellence, CEAT Limited. Sir. For our next session, it is my pleasure to introduce Sri Ravindra Venkat Shinde, the Executive Director of Venus Safety and Health Private Limited. With an impressive 30 years of professional experience in the industry, as the current leader in the product management and technical support at Venus, Mr. Shinde has expertise in the development of technical products and processes for health and safety, product certification aligned with national and international standards, and quality management systems. His proficiency extends to customer relationship management, international and government business, and he is a valued member of the CHDA Technical Standards Committee, contributing to the development of new standards in the Health and Safety Division. With a deep focus on Kaizen improvements and problem solving, he will be speaking on the topic Standard Contribution in Fostering Sustainable Industrialization, Innovation, and Economic Development. Sir.
Good afternoon, and thank you to organizer team for inviting us for this session of World Standard Day. And I am actually today very much, we can say that this session is very much useful for all the industries, and I am deeply honored to be a part of this distinguished gathering where we all are interacting with each other. And in the morning session, there was a good few inputs was given by our guest, honorable guest. Now, I have divided this session in 2 parts mainly. The first part, I will just give an introduction of Venus. So, when we are talking of Venus, we are aimed to give high protection, best comfort, and great value to our customers. So this is our small company profile. We are 1986 established company, and we export our products 32 countries worldwide. The in-house designer team who have innovated patented products, features like butterfly vent wall, twist and click filters for V900, that is half mask, and beetle mask design. As you know, we are mainly into the respiratory manufacturing products since 1986. Then our installed production capacity is of around 2 million units per day. And this was boosted up during COVID period. And this capacity was used to execute around more than 1 CR respirators in 6 months' time to India government. Then we work with established national and international suppliers, capability to fulfill requirement in short turnaround time. Then we have the in-house skill development center to train the workforce, and we are happy to say that our 80% employees are women employed. And we have diverse products in 3 categories: occupational safety and health, then the medical health division, and air filtration devices. The product range what we manufacture is maintenance-free respirator, that is the disposable mask. Then the reusable respirators, where we have to use the filters separately with the mask. That's the reason it comes under reusable respirators. Hearing protection, eye protection, head protection, and recently in 2023 we have came out with the new product, and that is the air filtration devices for HVAC. So the accreditations what we have, as you know that we are the BIS licensees for 13 product licenses, and we are proud to be a member of CSD 8 committee for BIS. And all facilities of Venus are certified with ISO 9001:2015 as well as ISO 13485. And we are also certified with the Saber, Saudi Arabia. Here you can see the 13 product licenses of BIS, where we are manufacturing the face mask, then full face mask, half face mask. So all the 13 licenses, we are into respiratory products as well as into helmets, eyewears, and proud to say that we are the first licensee for around 4 product licenses. So this is what the journey with BIS. Then the NIOSH approval, where we can say the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, where we are having 35 plus products approved with NIOSH. And in 2010, we were the first Indian company to have NIOSH certification for N95 mask. But unfortunately, till COVID, no one was knowing about it. And in COVID, people started asking us for N95 mask. Then the CE approval, that is the European approval, we are having 60 plus products European approved. And the Russian approval, 60 plus products. Malaysian approval, again the 60 plus products, because all these licenses are mainly based on the European licenses. And then ASNZ, 60 plus products. So before starting with this sustainable development goal, I would just like to share one case study, or we can say one story of Venus, and that was during 1999. We were the first licensee for IS 9473, that is the respiratory products, and filtering face piece, the nomenclature for the standard. But although we were having that, and that standard was based on the British standard, and where the silica test was important for filtration. But unfortunately, when I was approaching this for CE certification with the same product, but I was not able to make that certification because of the products were failing for testing. Because normally we were testing our product only with solid dust, whereas the European standard was far much ahead of us, and they started testing the product with liquid dust as well, liquid particles. So at that time, we realized that we should go for the particle filtering efficiency of liquid, and we should install this equipment in our lab. But unfortunately, no one was manufacturing this equipment in India. Neither we were able to get this equipment from abroad because the price of that equipment was very high. So finally, we decided that we will manufacture the own equipment, and we were successful to manufacture sodium chloride as well as the paraffin oil test in-house in India with collaboration of WRIC, that is Western Regional Instrumentation Center, Kalina. And we were the first Indian company manufacturer who has developed the penetration test equipment for respiratory products. And that's the reason I was able to get the 16 licenses from Europe countries. So after having this done, then we have installed the same equipment in CLI, that is Central Labour Institute, because we were not the NABL accredited organization. That's the reason we have taken support of Central Labour Institute, and we have installed the same equipment in 2004 in Central Labour Institute. And thereafter, you will not imagine, till 2004 we were only the first manufacturer, or we can say the one manufacturer for respiratory product. But post 2004 to 2018, there were 9 licenses for 9473 because of that single equipment, because people was able to test their products on that equipment. And that's the reason Central Labour Institute, since they were from the government organization, so they were giving the certificate to those manufacturers, and they were able to get the product approved as per BIS. And during COVID period, the same product, when we have started manufacturing the same product, during COVID period, there were 285 manufacturers came into this product manufacturing, and they tested those products in Venus lab to certify their licenses, and out of which today I think there are 70 licenses for IS 9473, this single standard. So this is how the standard make difference in development. Because unless we have the test facility, unless we have the innovation with us, means what kind of testing we have to carry out, what kind of products we have to make out, we will not be able to get the global approvals for those products. So now we will talk on the SDG 9 goal. So this is my second session of my presentation, where we can say that build resilient infrastructure. This we have already, this is what the SDG 9 goals are. But what is this benefit for? So the first is economic growth and development. The second, employment opportunities. And the third one is technology for global challenges. So now, for this journey towards SDG 9, we follow the simple practices and the standards, where we have made certain initiatives to comply all these things, similar to now how the standards play important role in advancing SDG 9. So the first is standard help organization to improve their processes. Yes, true. Because unless we are QMS certified and QMS audited, we will not be able to know the processes, what is the PDCA cycle, what is the, what we can say, the risks and opportunities, and process-based approach. So that's the reason this is very important that the standards, when we help standards organization to improve the processes, we continuously improve and validate processes. And then the QMS certification. So the second part of standard role in advancing SDG 9 is foster innovation. Here we have taken certain initiatives, and we keep on measuring those initiatives, like foster advanced material science for global products approvals. Now when we are going for global products approval, we have to develop certain material science which will be useful to comply those challenges of global certification. Then we develop new material Then we mainly work on the patent. As I said, we are having 3 patents of our own where it is all related to the respiratory products. So when we are saying that develop resilient and sustainable infrastructure, we have taken some initiatives with respect to this, and that is minimize the impact of activities of nature and the surrounding and operate from green building. Then energy efficiency, waste reduction. So then circular economy, water efficiency, emission reduction, health and well-being, climate risk mitigation. All these things, these are the simple practices what we have adopted to align us with this SDG 9. And then the world-class facility meeting all SMETA requirements. Now, when we are talking of SMETA requirements, that is nothing, it's a SEDEX members ethical trade audit. So this is what in the morning session our honorable guest was addressing those things, that we should have the ethical audit done regular basis. So we are already into that. Then align organizational strategies with sustainable development goals. So here we make the business continuity plan by analyzing the context of organization, because as you know in ISO 9001-2015, the clause number 4 says that the context of organization. So context of organization, so we have to measure those contexts of organization with respect to PESTEL, that is political, economical, social. This is all internal as well as external. Based on that, we define the risks and opportunities, and also we make the strategy actions for that. So similarly, based on that strategy action, we make some initiatives similar to, now there are 17 goals of SDG. Similar to this, we have also made our own initiatives. So those are 22 initiatives we have already identified, and we are working on those 22 initiatives, and we are trying to align ourselves with the SDG 9 goal. Then enhances stakeholder engagement and social contributions, societal contribution. Now here, encourage leadership with that drive performance and innovation for employees to come up with new ideas and solutions. So here, we keep engaged to all employees with different, what we can say, the suggestions as well as the inputs, what they give. And we encourage those leadership to, of those employees, and we bring those things in our changes. Then meet trade government and association for PRO, meet customers, suppliers at seminars for service or product expectation and opportunities. So this is also what we are doing. We are getting inputs from our customers as well as from the stakeholders for this sustainability improvement. And here, we also encourage the inputs from our partners based on 5 C's and 3 P's, based on which we support the risk management related to sustainability issue. Now, based on this, I would like to share one experience. During COVID, most probably during 2017-18, we were having some customer meetings abroad as well as in India. Based on that, we have identified one risk. There will be a risk where we should have to be prepared ourselves with all the infrastructure as well as the manufacturing setup. And we started developing ourselves because we were having one good order from our US customer. So based on that, we started ourselves developing in those things. And in 2019, the COVID hits to us, and 2020, we were the first company to produce 2 lakh pieces in a day, and we are second to the Chinese manufacturer in India. Now, after Chinese manufacturer, Venus is the company from India who can manufacture around 2 lakh pieces in a day of respiratory products. So now, looking at all this part, how we are going to measure this particular sustainability part. So what we have done, we have listed out certain activities. You can see there are 58 activities we have listed out, and nothing major what we are doing in this regard. We are just putting a simple activities on a sheet, and we started measuring that in those activities where we stand and what we need to improve in this. So looking at all this part, we can see the simple tree planting, then all the filters served paper cups, not in plastic cups. These are all simple activities. If you can see, these are the 58 activities what we have mentioned in this sheet. And those 58 activities, we keep on monitoring and we see how we are moving towards the sustainable development goal. And we are trying to maintain the infrastructure according to that. We are also looking for the artificial intelligence, means like bringing some robotic operations in our machines as well as the SPM. Even for small supply chain logistics also we are using the robotic as well as the internal machines are mainly battery operated. So these are all small initiatives. Suppose if any organization started listing out on the sheet and keep on monitoring all these activities on day-to-day basis, then definitely we'll be the people those who can really align our industry with sustainable development goal. So this was what our inputs. I would like to interact with you and share those inputs, and hope you all can do in the same way. It's nothing like a rocket science that we have to build something extraordinary so that we can follow. These are all ethical things. You have to list it out and you have to keep on monitoring. Then how we can make the changes day-to-day basis in our infrastructure as well as on the innovation part. So thank you. This was all from my end, and thank you once again to the organizing team for inviting us for this wonderful session of World Standard Days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful presentation. Your expertise on the critical role of standards in fostering sustainable industrialization, innovation, and economic development has truly enriched in today's discussions. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Shri Jignesh Sharda, Senior Vice President, QA Sustainability and Business Excellence, CEAT Limited, Mumbai, a distinguished professional with over 2 decades of global experience in analytical, consulting, continuous improvement, and product design. Mr. Sharda has an impressive background in quality assurance, supplier management, and sustainability, having led cross-functional teams worldwide to success. Certified as a single Six Sigma Black Belt from Motorola and ASQ, he specializes in transformational coaching, empowering teams and individuals alike. His expertise in team building, sustainable development, and project management makes him a true advocate for driving excellence. Today, he will share his vision on SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure in the age of AI, focusing on building a better world. Let's welcome Mr. Jignesh Sharda.
Thank you. Do we have the presentation? Yes. Okay, so very happy to be here. Thank you for the organizing team for giving this platform on the Standards Day, and happy to be here among the esteemed guests. And also, I was able to catch a glimpse of some of the work that our esteemed colleagues are doing. So, very good to know and inspiring. And I would also maybe sharing some of the things that we are doing at CEAT Limited, and special focusing on how we are driving, the practical approach in terms of the digital transformation, which is impacting the business as well as, experience of the customer and driving the innovation as part of the SDG 9. So with that, let me just begin. Just a glimpse of CEAT Limited, which is part of the RPG group. So the group is 45 years old, based out of Mumbai, and it has got various companies. CEAT is one of the flagship companies, a listed company. At the group level, we have more than 30,000 employees, and CEAT has close to 2,000 managers, and with the associates and workmen at the factory, we are close to 8,000 people. Just a little bit about the glimpse about the company CEAT. It's an organization which was brought to India. It's an Italian-based organization by Tatas in 1958. So our Bandu factory is the first factory of tires in India. In 1958, so 65 years old. We still work from there, and the factory is operational. And today we have 6 manufacturing locations within India and many partners within India and around the world. We are followers of TQM as a philosophy, which we call QBM, quality-based management, since last 15 plus years. And we have been honored to be the recipient of the Deming Award in 2017, as well as the Deming Grand Award last year. We believed in developing our own philosophy of TQM. TQM is a vast subject, and you are always ever a student, and then it's a great learning journey, and then we see how we involve in the way it impacts our business and our customer. So the philosophies of Deming principles lead us in terms of developing our own brand of TQM, which works for our business, right? So from the revenue side, about 12,000 crores of turnover annually, and we are present in about 100 plus countries. Over the last few years, we have focused a lot in terms of innovation, and if you talk about some 10 years ago, we had less than maybe 10 patents. Now we have 170 plus patents, and not only in just our R&D centers, but also in our factories and our plants. So all people are involved in terms of doing the incremental improvement as well as radical innovation and improvement, which are giving a differentiation in our business. In terms of the market size, we were the first to introduce distribution in tires, something which is followed by FMCG. So we have close to 55,000 touch points in India, which means we are present in all the 600 districts. And as I said before, we are exporting to more than 100 countries, and we have relationship with all the major OEMs. So just focusing on the topic of sustainability and ESG, we wanted to see, as an energy intensive organization, how do we become also a responsible corporate citizen and make sustainability a part of doing business, right? So this is our vision house, which has our milestones in terms of share of business, but we also have various verticals. If you talk about the horizontals, focusing on lean thinking, radical processes, digital transformation, as well as sustainability. So sustainability is a part of decision making, whether it is strategy, whether it is daily operations, taking actions, taking business decisions, right? And we have a purpose statement which talks about the reason for existence, making mobility safer and smarter every day. So this meaning gets converted. What does it mean in terms of sustainability? Talking about safer planet, safer and smarter product, and smart factories. And at the time when we created a vision for us in 2021, we talked about reducing our intensity-based footprint by 50% by 2030. So we didn't want to have a very perfect roadmap, but we wanted to make a commitment that how we will lead the organization. So I will just share what has happened in the last few years, and then a little bit about our future. So one of the ways you arrive at what is important is doing a materiality assessment. So in 2021, we did the materiality assessment. Now there is something called as a double materiality, which is a 2-axis scale, talks about impact materiality as well as financial materiality. What it simply means is, when you are in this business and you have an ecosystem of your suppliers, your partners, your transport vendors, your customers, your channel, what is it that you do impacts in terms of the various stakeholders, and this also includes the society, your stakeholders, your shareholders. So impact of our operations on the environment around us, that's impact materiality, and the impact of things that are happening around us to the business. For example, we are one true global supply chain, right, as a world, and a war in Ukraine and Russia or Israel, we cannot say that it's out there, it doesn't affect us. It affects us. So everything that is happening around us also has an impact on our business. So talk about balancing between financial materiality and impact materiality, and we arrive at areas of what is really critical and important. We classify them into E, S, and G, and this helps us to prioritize. And while there may be many things which are more critical, but maybe we don't have a good control, whereas there are many things where we can really take action now, which are part of your control. Many are part of your influence, where we can help in terms of formation of standards, formation of policies, and working with the ecosystem. So both are required. Somewhere where you have influence but not direct control, you have to work together. And somewhere where we do have control, we need to drive the agenda as agile as possible and in as effective manner as possible, right? So that's where we arrive, and then we also definitely link it to the 17 UN SDGs. So which of the SDGs are linked to the way we do business and how we can make an impact in that area. So using that, we first created a 5-year roadmap focusing on product, right? Product consists of the end product as well as the materials that we use in it, and our manufacturing operations, what we do, how we do things every day, and how we distribute the product, and what about the other areas in the organization and also towards the customer side. So focus on product clearly in terms of making more durable products, which means what? More long-lasting tires, reusable in the case of commercial tires, how can we reuse and retread. And in case of the materials, one of the ways we can impact the sustainability is by doing research and development in incorporating sustainable material into making of new tires, right? So the more you are able to use bio-based or recycled material, the less you are removing from the earth, right? And so basically non-fossil based, right? That's the idea. So created a roadmap in terms of how we will keep on increasing the sustainable content in the tire. And of course, tire is an industrial good. There is a safety and performance metrics that are required. So whatever changes we want to bring, we have to make sure the design is adequate for the first use, which is the use of tire as a tire in movement and in high speed applications and high load applications. So it needs to make sure, deliver that. While doing that, how do we slowly keep switching to the sustainable material? So that's the part. In case of supply chain, we can look at various ways of, which are the pathways in which the footprint can be reduced. So for one clear example, we came to know that if we are able to manage a longer lead time, if we ship some of our products instead of by road, by ship. So natural rubber that we are sourcing from, let's say, Kerala and Kochi can be transported to some of the ports by ship. It takes longer, but the per kilometer, per kg footprint is much lower compared to transportation by road. So this is one way of reducing the footprint. Another is, can we keep looking at our complex supply chain and figure out, we have our own distribution centers and we have our many supplier partners and they have their own factories. Have we mapped the closest distance, closest location of the supply point to the consumption point? If I have a partner who has a factory in Durgapur and who has a factory in Hazira, and my factory is in Baroda, am I making sure that the kind of material I need, he can supply it from Hazira and not across the country from Durgapur? So it's a simple example like that. So we call that network optimization. So there are various things we can do which not only make sustainable sense but also business sense. So it's a win-win. Your cost of business is going down, your lead time is going down in this case, and you're also being more sustainable. So those are the kind of levers we look at in terms of supply chain. In manufacturing, of course, the clear levers are in terms of switching our energy consumption to renewable sources. That is lever one. And while doing that, how can we reduce the intensity of energy? So, of course, when you go to newer machines, newer motors, by capex investment, it is always easy to reduce the intensity, but it's always not possible, and you would not want to discard a system or a process or equipment which still has useful life in it. So how do you make sure that you reduce the intensity of the existing system while you make a decision for future factories that they already incorporate the latest technology? So both are the levers you need to work. And in terms of our own fuel consumption, how do we switch from fossil like coal in our boilers to briquette and natural gas? Of course, sometimes the cost does not play favorable, but we need to make sure that we are equipped and ready. And how do we work towards reducing the cost of the renewable fuel so that we can switch and makes good business sense as well as sustainability. Other areas in terms of less use of plastics. There's a lot of research being done in terms of developing biodegradable plastics. For us, it is more in packaging rather than within the product. And internally, how do we reduce the use of paper? Like I said, in some cases, we need to work together with the ecosystem. So we also work with our Automotive Tire Manufacturers Association body within India in terms of the EPR regulation, in terms of policy formation with the government bodies. So just again, to break down some of the targets which we took up when we made our vision in terms of E, S, and G. I'm not going to read them all, but focus in terms of energy footprint, which is getting converted into greenhouse gas, so which is the carbon footprint, as well as reducing the intensity of water. So how do we make sure that the water withdrawal is reduced? We can rely on rainwater harvesting and recycled water bringing back into our operations. Similarly on S and G. Now, just focusing on SDG 9, which is what we are talking today, especially in terms of industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And again, these are some of the things which already, what I already talked about, but how do we also bring in a level of innovation and latest technology? And can this give a different benefit than what we have been doing? So I think we have incorporated digital transformation in our organization in the last few years, and we also not only got success, but we also created a path of how we can replicate it in our other factories. So I'll just focus on some of those areas. So innovation in product is one lever which we talked about, and I kind of spoke a little bit on it, that how do we give more durable tires, long-lasting tires. Again, CEAT was the first one to develop specific tires for electric vehicles. So around the world, it is also important to understand how the market is shifting, how the consumer needs are shifting. And as a tire manufacturer, we should be the one recommending what is the right product that I can create which matches the shifting dynamics. So many OEMs or vehicle manufacturers may not know, but we were first very clear to know that electric vehicles will be more weight, they have instantaneous torque, there is no lag. So if you continue to use the same tires, you're going to have a fast wear out, patchy look, and it will not last as expected. And this has happened not just in India, all over the world. Even the high-end manufacturers and the consumer experience has been poor related to the life of the tires. Talk about cars like Mercedes and BMW, and we've heard about customers saying that in the Western world, instead of 25,000-30,000 miles, my tires are worn out in 8,000 miles, because nobody thought that the product does not fit to the new dynamics of the environment. So we were the first one to focus on developing specific compounds and tires which are suited for electric vehicle. Now, with the ICE engine replacing with battery, there is no longer the noise from the vehicle and the engine. So now you will hear more noise from the tire. So the tire needs to also be quieter. Otherwise, people would feel that they are having a very disturbing rhythmic noise from the tires. So, right, all these things, insighting is very important to understand how to focus on innovation and drive this kind of the development side. And the other lever is that the material formulation where we can reduce the rolling resistance of the tire. So this is the technical term, which rolling resistance simply means the lower the value, the lesser the fuel it will consume when running the wheel, right? Of course, it's not a linear parameter. If you keep on reducing low RR, it also reduces the grip on the tire, right? So you don't want your vehicles to be slipping. I can make a near zero RR tire, which means it will easily glide and slide. But what will happen to the safety, right? So there is a balancing act we need to play. So within that, how do we keep making tires which are more easy to turn and rotate and make sure that it also gives life, right? So you have to balance those things. So low RR tires is something also leading to our Energy Star label. So you guys are aware about the Bureau of Energy Efficiency and how we have the Energy Star label. So white goods, you know, fridge, TV, when you buy, you have a star label sticker on the side, 3-star, 5-star. What does it mean? If you buy a 5-star product, means the consumption of energy per unit will be lower when you use it, and 2-star will have a more energy bill, right? The electricity bill. Similarly, in tires, the lower the RR, the more the star value. So BIS and BEE already introduced this in India, the AIS 142, but the industry was not necessarily ready, because when we used the slabs provided, many of the tires were falling in 0 and 1 star today, right? So now the industry needs to upgrade the material, upgrade the product. Of course, CEAT was the first one who had many products in 4 and 5-star category. So even though the standard got shifted by 2 years, voluntarily we started putting our BIS, the BEE star stickers on our tires, educating the customer that you have a choice. You can buy a tire which will be better in terms of fuel efficiency. So focusing on the digital transformation which we achieved in the process. So one of the things we looked at, the digital transformation is used like a buzzword in anything and everything we read about. It can be very confusing, and we need to demystify it. What does it mean? And is it a single thing that somebody must do? Or is there a continuum? Is there a path? Or are there layers and levels? So what do you do about it? So we looked at this, we have been doing descriptive analysis, which is, if something goes wrong, we'll collect the data, we'll do the 4M or a 6M analysis, we'll say this went wrong, this was the root cause, we should fix it like this. So reactive approach has always been there, but then you get into insight-based. Can we get into predictive level? Like today, if the use of digital, can I predict something will happen before it even happens? How can I make that happen? And the continuum goes into generative AI, what we talk about, and the machine learning, it gets into the self-learning and foresight. Now we get into proactive zone. So not only that the system is able to know what is going to happen, but it can also self-correct. So remove the human from the equation, from the decision making. So this is the continuum. You can apply this to any industry. If you talk about automotive vehicles, they talk about ADAS level 1 to ADAS 5. So ADAS 5 is completely fully autonomous vehicle, no intervention required. Today, you see a lot of examples of this, maybe at level 2 or level 3. Some in level 4 in the US under trials, right? So this is the kind of the continuum, and we converted that. What does it mean for us in the organization? We need not use such big buzzwords and talk about what it means, but we converted very into a simple stage gate within our organization, level 1 to level 5. So level 1, we said that whatever we are doing today, every data that we are recording on paper is called level 1. We use logbooks on the shop floor, and then data records are maintained manually. Level 2 is when we punch it into Excel, right? So we converted it to digital, but it is double the work, and somebody has to do it. It's very labor intensive. From there, level 3 talks about, can we get into automation, like in terms of scripting and RPA kind of a solution. And level 4 and 5 talks about integrated into the life cycle of the business. Level 5 is kind of like this, where can it get into the self-correcting loop. So first we created this understanding within the organization. Then we wanted to see that what will it take to drive this. So from this understanding, we created a list of projects, again with priority. How do you decide priority, right? So these are some of the ways we did it. That some will be where we have more control. We talked about maybe level 3 is okay, because we need to get started somewhere. And we built 30 plus cases in terms of those. Then we also realized that today, this is talking about 3 or 4 years ago, today we don't necessarily have the digital capability to understand all these ways of doing. So one idea is you take on board a consultant and you tell them this is what I need and this is the outcome, and you can create a business model with them and work it. But we said that these are the latest technologies. You cannot simply rely on somebody from outside to do the job for us. How do we build the internal capability, right? So how do you make sure that this knowledge and capability is here to stay and can keep giving us the reward? So we had to create a digital infrastructure, especially the teams we needed to create resources in terms of data scientists, data engineers, data translators. Some of the other things which we learned from other organizations is that data scientist is somebody who is expert in statistical modeling and analysis, but they may or may not understand the fundamentals of your business, right? So data scientists alone cannot do digital transformation for you. But they are required for you to solve and get to that level 5, because they will bring out the insights which you never achieved from your normal way of doing your business. Then we brought in the data engineers and the translators. So the translators is the guy who works on the shop floor, who actually knows the process very well. So an engineer is the person who is in between the scientist and the translator. So the translator will bring the process know-how, the process knowledge. This is the tire technology. These are the machines. When this is the indicator, what it means in terms of energy, in terms of process, in terms of wastage, in terms of throughput, that the engineer will help to convert into a statistical model which the scientist will able to run it through the various algorithms, right? So this combination was very important to convert what is required and what is practical and into what it means for our industry, not necessarily just in any industry, right? So this capability building was important, and of course we also recognize that to enable the ecosystem, we also needed to onboard some platforms. Talk about use of analytics and digital, the cloud platform for data hosting, and the tools and technology required for doing the backend processing as well. And we took 5 use cases which are first in industry, and we didn't know whether we will succeed or not. So these are truly L4, L5 kind of projects, which we said that let's take our ambition, because these are hampering our business as well as a drain on our metrics in terms of finance as well as sustainability. So energy optimization, steam consumption, reducing the losses, reducing the scrap and wastage. So some of these areas, I wouldn't go too much depth, but if I take the example of a mixer, so our mixer runs 24/7, 365. Each cycle is 2 to 3 minutes. It churns out some 1200 batches of compound in a day. And there is a very high energy signature of the mixer. So if you talk about the whole factory, 30% of the energy is occupied by the mixer, right? So we used to always have various sources of raw material supply, and depending on the recipe, the mixing sequence, the time, the energy required will keep changing. But we were never able to know for the same recipe every time is it running consistently or what is going wrong. So we were using the IoT sensors as well as the algorithms, and we applied the machine learning to know over 5 years of old data, we were able to create some patterns and profiles. That for the same, how does the energy signature of the mixer move? At what seconds does it shift up and down? Does it mean that there is variation in the raw material which is impacting this? So we are able to get such new insights which we never thought we could understand from traditional physics, looking from the outside, right? And long story short, that we were able to create a automatic way of changing the energy signature, so the cycle time doesn't get extended by 20-30 seconds, and you will see that 20 seconds means nothing. But when each batch is only 2 minutes, 20 seconds is about 15-20% of your cycle time. So how to bring it back to the normal? In other cases, because of the shift in the energy signature, what are the variation in the raw material that we should discuss with the supplier? So a lot of these new insights were coming, and with the use of this, we are able to debottleneck the capacity. So you have to, again, instead of buying a 50 crore mixer, we are able to debottleneck 10-20% of the capacity and get more throughput out of your machines, right? So similar such kind of actions which we have done in various areas, which have got tremendous business outcome. And these are all first done in one of our factories in Baroda, and we presented this, there is a industry recognition forum called Lighthouse, which is run by World Economic Forum. And this is a global recognition, and then we appeared for this, and our tire factory was awarded the first Lighthouse for the tires around the world for developing such innovative use cases that, through digital, and that impact the sustainability in operations. So another just area of how we manage the work, we also broke down how we will govern the running of the project. So we created an agile methodology, which is something used more in the software industry. But definitely if we apply that mind, we can also see how it can get converted into the manufacturing parlance. So we are able to look at creating squads who will do daily check-ins, who will drive the daily agenda, and then we will run out of ideas, so what to do next, right? So obviously you talk to the machine experts, the industry experts, and we have exhausted all those things. Does it mean that no more improvement can happen? No. So we were doing a lot of these hackathons and brainstorming ideas, creating it in competition, and more ideas kept on emerging. We also created an environment where it is better to try something, fail fast, learn, and try something else. There is no such thing as perfect data in this world. You will never have all the information. And does it mean that you will wait forever to try something? No, it is better to take a little bit of assumption, do some ideas, do some trials, either you succeed or you learn. So trial and error is okay, because while the technology is there, even the data scientists, we have seen that they apply various models and see which one works best. So they also do trial and error. There are so many algorithms. Which one will work, we don't know. So little bit of fundamental knowledge, little bit of trial and error, and the agility that you bring in the organization is able to convert this. So all this success didn't happen overnight. It took us 2+ years to come to that level. And we can stand here and talk about all the achievements we had, but it was not an easy journey. But the way we planned and the way we executed, we never changed. The principle on which we operated is what gave us this success, right? So yeah, this is again just a quick summary of the various projects that we did, AI, ML, 23 projects. And this is only from the 2 factories. Now we are deploying it to the rest of the factories. We also involved virtual reality in terms of faster training of the operators. So instead of 90 days of deploying new operators onto the machines, we are able to do it within 25 days, 30 days. So a lot of these things we are able to bring in, which impacting the sustainability, the environment, as well as great business sense, right? So, the key learnings, what we say again, don't get stuck into just we'll do a pilot and then we'll see. Which is one of the biggest input we received from various agencies, that many companies start the pilot of digital transformation and they never move from there. They don't realize the value, they're not able to know how to take it forward from there. So we were very clear, pilot, the way we will run it will also be in terms of learning fast, trying new things, and making sure that this becomes the way of doing, right? And don't just apply digital for the sake of digital. Don't do it because it's the buzzword and the right thing to do. You do it because it makes sense for your operation, your business. If you don't have business outcome and the business requirement tight, then it's just doing technology for the sake of showcasing it without realizing the benefit, right? Building internal capability is going to pay us in the long run. So now we are no longer relying on any third party to develop this for us. We can easily take it from one factory to another. We have taken it from our manufacturing to our sales side in terms of developing dashboards for our dealers and our customers. So once you have the capability, the opportunities are endless, right? And like I said about, don't ever wait for perfect data to come, just get started. Learn from it and keep going, right? And as a management, we were very clear that we will have a different approach in terms of creating budgets, creating the environment, allowing people to spend their time. No boundaries. Anybody in any part of the organization is interested, they are willing, they are allowed to come in, learn, be part of the journey, and they can fail, that's not a problem, and we'll encourage this process, right? Yeah, so some of the outcomes which we have received, of course not everything just from digital, but overall under the ESG, digital played a big role. But we are able to move the needle in the last 4 years, so we are very proud about it. Of course, now we are focusing on SBTI, where we have just made the commitment for net zero, and SBTI doesn't talk about only intensity-based target, but absolute reduction is required, so that's a whole different ball game. So now we are working in terms of developing the roadmap. So this is a good achievement, but it's far from what will make real impact to sustainability. Right, and of course, along the way, we have the various certifications in the plant, and last year we got 2400 sustainable procurement certification, and 5 of our 6 plants are zero liquid discharge, and one of them is at 99.8%. So we are close to zero liquid right now. We also look at the various assessments which drive in some of the cases, our investors and our shareholders look at how our sustainability journey is being rated. So some of the global names like DJSI, CSA, Sustainalytics, and EcoVadis are required. Some of them our customers ask us, and we are able to see that over the years, whatever we are doing, is it really making sense or not? So we take a long-term trend and we see that we are improving. Some of our OEM customers are now incorporating sustainability as a enabling of doing business. So I will not name the OEMs, but they talk about you may have the best product and the best factory, but if your sustainability roadmap is not there, we are not willing to do business with you. So where are your net zero targets? What are you going to do in the next 5 years, right? And they are doing audits for sustainability, not just for our QMS or processes or business, but also for sustainability. So this is how the world is moving, and we are making sure that while we drive the sustainability agenda, it also drives the business for us, right? Yeah, so with that, I'll thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening presentation. Your insights on SDG 9 and the role of AI in driving industry, innovation, and infrastructure have truly inspired us. For our final technical presentation, it is my pleasure to introduce today's esteemed speaker, a professional with over 17 years of rich experience in standards development, conformity assessment, and testing activities at the Bureau of Indian Standards. He has successfully managed complex standards development projects under tight deadlines and has actively led international efforts with ISO and IAC technical committees and working groups. With a strong technical background in electronics and communication and expertise in IT, ICT, digital transformation, and emerging technologies, he is currently heading the Western Regional Laboratory of BIS. Today, he will be presenting on the critical role of standards in artificial intelligence. Let's warmly welcome Scientist E and Head, Western Regional Laboratory, Shri Manikandan K.
Thank you, ma'am. So let me start with a quote from Mark Weiser, Chief Scientist at Xerox. The quote is, "The most profound technologies are those that disappear. They weave themselves into the fabric of everyday life until they are indistinguishable from it." So when electric motor was invented, it was the greatest of technologies at that time. And many people used to showcase it at home in the living room to highlight that we own that technology. And 100 years back, it was electric motor, and today it is AI. And we know we are in a time where technologies are oozing out with unprecedented speed. And tomorrow, AI, we all of us are already into it. In many ways, AI is affecting our life. Maybe when you check your email, the spam filters in your email. Many of us don't realize it is AI. Or the translator we use, the technology behind it is AI. In many ways, we are connected. We are living in it already. So soon, the technology is going to disappear. Yeah, indistinguishable from our life. So with that, I'll start my presentation. And some of the points are already highlighted by the speakers before me. My session will be focusing more on the standard side of it. I'll be looking at AI systems from a standards perspective. So these are typical applications where AI is contributing to SDG 9. As you can see, there are process automation, predictive maintenance, supply chain optimization, waste reduction. The speakers before me has already emphasized on it. So I'll move to the next slide. Let's start with a simple question. What is intelligence? It's a tricky question. If I ask a question, how much is 14 plus 28? I'm asking this question to a 3-year-old kid. And if he or she answers this correctly, we call them intelligent. What if I ask the same question to any of you and you answer it correctly? Am I going to call you intelligent only because you answered it correctly? May not be. Let's look at the things from a systemic approach. In both the case, the input was the same, the output was the same, both answered correctly. But one system we call intelligent system, the other one we may not call it. So it's very difficult to identify or say what is intelligent or how much is intelligent. And in our daily life, we come across these terms very often these days. I have a camera which is AI based, I have a washing machine which is AI based, I have a cooking oven which is AI based. But we often don't think how much of the control is with the machine and how much of the control is with the human being. So that is where we need standards. What if we can classify the levels of automation in terms of how much of the activities is done by machine autonomous in an autonomous manner, and how much human element is required to operate the system. So standards provide such classification and makes our life easier. And this table I have taken from one of the Indian standards, IS ISO IEC 22989. So we'll talk about it more later. So this is where we need standards. Let's take another example. All of us know a typical AI system is a software system. And we already have several, maybe hundreds of standards to deal with a typical software system. And some of them are listed here, some of the foundational standards I have listed out here. Like there are standards for systems lifecycle, there are standards for software lifecycle, software quality, there are standards for governance, standards for risk management, and information security. So you take data quality and you take any aspects of software, there are standards already existing. Still, why do we need standard? So because a typical AI system is not a traditional software system. It has AI specific risks and challenges. That is where we need standards. So let's look at some of the AI specific challenges that is discussed among the AI experts. So some of them are listed here, like the data used for building AI system may not be a true or appropriate representation of the context or intended use of the AI system. And the ground truth may either not exist or may not be available. What does it mean is when you train, all of us know, at least many of us know that a typical AI system is very highly data intensive, and it runs based on the training data, test data, and validation data. So what if the data with which we train the AI system is not the correct data, correct representation of what we intend to achieve with the system? Or even if you do that in the course of, in the life cycle of the AI system, the context may change. And these days everything is available as a service. Many of us are using many AI systems as a service or through cloud systems. And we may be using the same AI system in a different context, but the trained data may not be suitable for the new context. So many such challenges can occur in a typical AI system. And privacy risk due to enhanced data aggregation capability, that's another challenge, and opacity nature and concerns about reproducibility. These are some of the challenges that comes across, in the way of an AI system. There are some more challenges, as you can see here. bias, this is widely debated concern about AI system. What if the data you input to train the AI system is biased? One such article I have read that in Amazon, they use AI for tracking and processing applications for recruitment, and it started rejecting all the female candidates. And later on they realized that the data they used to train the AI system, most of the data, it contained only the male candidates data. So the AI system assumed females are not suitable. So this kind of bias can occur. It simply says garbage in, garbage out policy. Like whatever we feed, the system will behave accordingly. So that is one of the highly debated topic in the world of AI standards. And then some of the other concerns are security threats like data poisoning, model stealing, adversarial attacks. These are kind of manipulating the test data or training data to the AI system. And these are different forms of such an attack. And then privacy threats during data acquisition, data pre-processing and modeling. It is capturing a lot of data that includes our personal data. So what is the AI system going to do with that? As long as it's use the data for the intended purpose, it's okay. But we do not know at the back end what is going on. So that kind of transparency, non-availability of that transparency mechanism creates such privacy concerns. And unpredictability, opaqueness, these are some of the concerns. So we need standards to address all these concerns. And let's look at the regulatory framework around AI. And many countries, they have published regulations or laws regarding the use of AI and AI systems and applications. Some of them are listed here. You can see there is AI ethics principle framework from Australia, AI and Data Act Canada, New Generation AI Development China, then EU AI Act, National Strategy for AI from India. There are many. If you look at all these regulations, some of the major concerns all these regulations are trying to address are listed here. And the concerns are human rights, human values, inclusivity, safety, security, fairness, transparency, accountability. So these are the major concerns all these regulations are trying to address. Let's see how standards are helping, the role of standards to address these concerns. So standards, as we all know, it helps in creating common understanding, develop interoperable and coherent AI applications, and standards can help to mitigate risk by providing a framework for ensuring robustness, promoting fairness, and protecting privacy. So these are the basic role of standards in this AI ecosystem. And I know many of us in this hall, we all are familiar with standards. We all are from the, in a way or in many ways connected to the world of standards. But most of us are connected, or we think about product standard. Software standards and are slightly different from the typical product standard. So let's see how what the to give you a better clarity to showcase how standards are going to help the all the stakeholders in the AI ecosystem. I have taken 3 of such standards. I'm just let's peek into the details. And all these standards have already briefly touched upon by Sanjay Goswami sir in his opening address. Let's see some of the details through these slides. So the first standard I'm going to discuss here is AI Concepts and Terminology, ISO IEC 22989. So this is an international standards adopted by BIS. And this standard establishes a common language and understanding of fundamental AI concepts and terminology. So let's see what are the terms defined. If you search a keyword artificial intelligence in Wikipedia, you will get a definition. You do the same search in some other portal like Microsoft site or IBM or Forbes, you are going to get different set of definition for artificial intelligence. There may be some common element, or at the same time there may be some confusing elements as well. So standards gives a common definition for all the concepts in the AI ecosystem. But why do we bother about standards? You can say it's just like another definition, but standards is written by the global experts and it is agreed by global expert. So that's the that's from where we get the standard gets the weightage. And standard, in this standard, all the major concepts related to AI systems are defined. There is definition for AI agent, what is machine learning, what is ML algorithm, what are the key concepts within ML domain, and there are definitions related to neural networks, and it also defines bias, some key characteristics like explainability, predictability, reliability. So all this information you will get from the standard, and this help all the stakeholders who uses an AI system or who develops an AI system to better understand each other. And the standard also defines all the key stakeholders involved in the ecosystem. As you can see, who is an AI provider, who is a platform provider, who is an AI developer, who is an AI user, customer, who is an AI partner. So it defines all the key players in the AI ecosystem. And it also defines the life cycle of AI, starting from inception, design, development, deployment, and operation, re-evaluation till the retirement. So from a software side, there are I already mentioned software. There are standards for software life cycle or systems life cycle. So in the similar fashion, it also defines the life cycle of AI, and it also defines the diagram in the left side. You can see all the processes involved in each of the stages of life cycle. So that gives a lot of clarity for the AI system developers. You may be a professional, you may be a student, you may be a startup starting your adoption of AI technology. You may be new. So this kind of frameworks gives a better clarity on how to go about if you intend to develop an AI system. And here is another standard, ISO IEC 5338, which is on AI system lifecycle process. So this standard defines the lifecycle of AI in terms of software lifecycle, because traditionally all the software developers, all the professionals in the IT world, they are familiar with software lifecycle, but they may not be familiar with AI system lifecycle. So this standard try to blend or bridge those gaps, and it gives highlights what are the differentiating factors of a typical AI system from the traditional software system, and it describes the life cycle, the processes involved in different stages of life cycle of a software system, and then it classifies the requirement into three buckets, like the processes which are as same as the software system processes, software which are slightly modified from that of a typical software system, and processes which are specific to AI system, and it gives details of all the processes. And the next standard is ISO IEC 24028, trustworthiness in AI. So this is an important topic which is already touched upon by the speakers before me. So this gives approaches to establish trust in AI system through transparency. If you look at the regulatory approaches from various countries, which I highlighted in one of the previous slides, most of them are emphasizing the regulation on the trustworthiness, reliability, explainability factors of it, and this standard gives a solution to better approach to achieve or address those concerns. So what is trustworthiness? Here is the definition. Trustworthiness in AI refers to an AI system's ability to consistently meet stakeholders' expectation in a verifiable manner. So it starts with this definition and it gives a way to ensure how we can So it basically gives ways to ensure trustworthiness. The process approach the standard takes is it defines the AI ecosystem. It defines who is the stakeholder, what are the assets that is to be protected, and it highlights high-level concerns in a typical AI system. Then it also discusses the AI-specific risks and challenges. Then it suggests the mitigation methods. So this is the approach taken in this standard. So these are the mitigation measures mentioned in the standard. For the sake of time, I would skip through these slides. And another one, Sanjay Goswami sir mentioned in his opening address about AIMS, AI Management System. This is something brand new in this bucket. So it specifies requirements and provides guidance for establishing, implementing, maintaining, and continually improving an AI management system in any within the context of an organization. And mind it, this is not only for the AI system developers. Even if your organization is a consumer, user of an AI system, it is applicable, equally applicable for you. So why we need it? The use of AI automatic decision making, sometimes in a non-transparent and non-explainable way, can require specific management beyond management of classical IT system. That is why we need AIMS. And the use of data analysis, insights, and machine learning rather than human coded logic to design systems changes the way that such systems are developed. And the third reason, AI systems that perform continuous learning change their behavior during use. So we need specific process to address those changes. And unlike traditional management system, the similarity is that it is designed in the same high level, following the same high level structure through which all management systems standards are written. However, there is a difference in this AI management system. The difference is here. At the end of the management system, it gives Annex A, which lists out several control objectives and controls to achieve those objectives. So this is a really handy guidance for any user of this standard, how to implement various controls to achieve specific objectives. So these are slides, the standardization effort. We have a committee, technical committee, LITD 30 on artificial intelligence. It has already published dozens standard on AI. So you can see read through the list. And in conclusion, the benefits of standards in this ecosystem, it brings enhanced transparency and trust. It mitigates, help in mitigating risk, and it helps in responsible development of AI, development and deployment, and it helps in optimizing the performance of AI algorithms. And for a stakeholder, the benefits could be increased confidence in the organization's responsible AI practice. And for customers, it gives enhanced trust. And for employees, assurance of ethical AI use. And for regulators, streamlined compliance with AI-related regulations. So at the end, I would like to say the future of AI, without standards, is not going to work. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and informative presentation. Your expertise in the critical role of standards in artificial intelligence has provided us with valuable perspectives, especially in the context of emerging technologies. I kindly request Shri Satish Kumar sir and Sanjay Vij sir to thank our speakers with a token of appreciation. Scientist E and Head, Western Regional Laboratory, Shri Manikandan K. He Manikandan sir, Shri Ravindra Venkat Shinde, the Executive Director of Venus Safety and Health Private Limited. Scientist E and Head, Western Regional Laboratory, Shri Manikandan K. Thank you, sir. As a BIS new initiative, we have launched
ask for 2 minutes. If we are able to upload it, it's okay. We have launched the new version.
डीजी सर का मैसेज है, इसके बारे में बताने के लिए मैं बता दूंगा 2 मिनट में फिर इसको. Good afternoon everyone. There is a special message from our Director General sir. There is a special app called BIS Care app in Play Store. I would request everyone to open your Play Store and download the BIS Care app. यहाँ पे ना आप कोई भी लाइसेंस है उसका लाइसेंस का डिटेल्स देख सकते हैं. अगर आप सोना खरीद रहे हैं तो HUID का डिटेल्स देख सकते हैं वहाँ से. And if there is any complaint, you can make a complaint through online app also. The app is BIS Care. Open your Play Store and type BIS Care. Thank you.
Thank you. I urge all of you to download the BIS Care app and explore the app. As we near the conclusion of today's Mahotsav, I would like to invite Scientist F and Head, Mumbai Branch Office 2, Shri Sanjay Vij sir, to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of the Bureau of Indian Standards. Please join me in welcoming him. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sanjay Vij, heading Mumbai Branch Office 2, BIS. On behalf of Bureau of Indian Standards, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone who contributed to make this event a resounding success. There is a quote, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. but if you want to walk far, walk together. So, in our ongoing journey to create a robust ecosystem for quality and standards, our small contribution will go a long way. First and foremost, a big thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Professor Dr. Dilip Uke, Vice Chancellor, Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai, for gracing us with his presence today. We are incredibly grateful for the time he has taken out of his busy schedule to be with us today. Although he has already left, so his address was truly thought-provoking and presence has added immense prestige to our event. Next, I would like to sincerely thank our Deputy Director General, Shri Sanjay Goswami Sir, Western Region Office, and Shri Satish Kumar Sir, Scientist G and Head Mumbai Office 1. Your insightful remarks and gracious support has been invaluable. You have added great significance to today's proceedings by your valuable guidance and support with fine details during preparation for this event, and we are deeply honored by your participation. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the speakers who have shared their knowledge and experiences with us. Shri Jignesh Sharda, Senior Vice President, CEAT Limited, Nasik; Shri Kapil Modi, Executive Plant Head, Tata Steel, Khopoli; Shri Ravinder Shinde, Senior Director, Venus Health and Hygiene Limited, Navi Mumbai; and Shri Manikandan K, Director and Head, Western Regional Laboratory, VIS. Your valuable contributions have made this event not only informative but also thought-provoking. A special thanks to our BIS team who have tirelessly contributed to make this event a success and without whom this event would not have been possible. I also thank Bamar and Laurie team for their support, and their collaboration have been integral to the success of this gathering. Extending the thankfulness to our audience and participants, I thank you for your participation and enthusiasm. Your presence today is a testament to the importance of this event, and we are truly grateful for your involvement. And not forgetting the efforts of the students who have taken part in the BIS initiatives and won the prizes, I would like to thank you for your efforts made and congratulate you as well. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of the organizing team, media, and Bharat Ratnam management and their staff and other volunteers. Your hard work behind the scene, meticulous planning and dedication have ensured the success of this conclave. As we conclude, I hope today's discussion and interaction have sparked new ideas and opportunities. Let us carry the momentum from this event forward into our work and collaboration. There is a quote, हर एक की मेहनत का किया हमने आभार, आपके साथ की रही हमें बड़ी तैयारी का प्यार, सीखने का सफ़र था हम सबके लिए ख़ास, आपके साथ बिताए लम्हों का नहीं होगा कोई पास, धन्यवाद सभी को, आपके समर्थन से मिला हमें साहस, आगे बढ़ेंगे मिलकर, यही है हमारा विश्वास. Thank you all once again for making this event a great success. Safe travel and good luck for all your future endeavors. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, sir, for your words of gratitude. Today's event has truly been an enriching experience, and we are immensely grateful to everyone who contributed to its success. As Mahatma Gandhi wisely said, the future depends on what we do in the present. Let this thought inspire us as we close today's event. Together, through industry, innovation, and infrastructure driven by artificial intelligence, we have the power to shape our future aligned with Sustainable Development Goal 9, that is smarter, more connected, and truly sustainable. Thank you all for your participation. Now we invite you to join us for lunch on the 5th floor. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you all.